Acts 25:27, turning the world upside down. In the book of Acts, God's people caused great trouble for the government and religious establishments of their day. That's what living according to the values of the coming kingdom does. It's countercultural. Let me repeat that. It's countercultural. Countercultural. It's disruptive. It challenges the status quo. The kingdom of God operates according to values that are antithetical. Antithetical? The kingdom of God operates according to the values that are antithetical to the world. Antithetical to the world? The world values self-advancement by stepping on or over other people. In God's kingdom, true reward is found in humility and in service to others. The world sees hard work and status as the key identifiers of success. In God's kingdom, the only way to find your life is to lose it for the sake of the gospel. Surrendering yourself in the interest of advancing the cause of Jesus in the world. When God's people live according to the values of the kingdom, it causes trouble because God is in the business of turning the ways of the world upside down. Acts 25 details Paul's confrontations with the authorities of his day. Jesus caused trouble for the Roman authorities as well. Mark 15:1-15. Also following Jesus' lead, Mark 14:53-65, Paul caused trouble and was opposed by Jewish religious leaders for his beliefs. Paul caused trouble and was opposed by Jesus. Excuse me. Paul caused trouble and was opposed by Jewish. Oh man, that part sticks out. Paul caused trouble and was opposed by Jewish religious leaders for his beliefs. Paul caused trouble and was opposed by Jewish religious leaders for his beliefs. In the eyes of the prevailing religious and political authorities, Paul was a troublemaker. He was completely devoted to Jesus, and Jesus was turning the world upside down through him. The authorities couldn't stop him. If they put Paul on trial, then he simply shared the gospel. If they put Paul in prison, then he would befriend and disciple everyone there. Paul was causing trouble because he refused to settle for anything less than advancing the values of Christ's kingdom. Paul knew that the way of Jesus would mean suffering at times. Therefore, he was not alarmed when he found himself in prison. God continued to use him wherever he found himself, and God does the same for believers today. Around the dinner table, in the workplace, or in a remote corner of the world, they can represent kingdom values no matter where they find themselves. Jesus came to bring God's kingdom, a kingdom set on turning the values of the world upside down through the mission of the church. Then, as now, any attempts to stop the church only propel it forward. Then, as now, any attempts to stop the church only propel it forward. Only propel it forward. Forward. God's work will not be stopped. He is using his followers, his own children, to bring about an entirely new world and way of life. New world order.